blowout is always a concern. It poured last night. There's also a little bit of snow.
Your destination is on the left.
Okay. Now comes the hard part of trying to find a site. We will let you know when we find it.
There will be a cattle guard here. There'll be some cattle standing guard.
Arriving at coordinates on the left.
That was a little rough. Just pull over somewhere that we can. Pull over here. Pull over here. Watch the cattle guard. Okay. We made it to our spot for tonight. It wasn't quite what we expected. We were hoping to be settled into a site for at least a week, but there's actually not a lot of space for big rigs here. We're on Barnhardt Rd, just south of Payson. So we're kind of just parked by the entrance just after the cattle guard for now. If no one leaves tomorrow, we might just leave and go and find something else. But it's been a long day, so we're kind of tired and pulled in kind of around 5 o'clock. Good thing spring is here and everything is later. So yeah, we kind of just thought, well, we'll just park here for the night and deal with it tomorrow. Just need to rest up after our eventful day today of getting new tires. So we did a thing, and we got new tires with the motorhome. So these are our 22.5-inch rim tires that we will be changing out. It's been 5 years since we had these tires. Served us well. We actually got them new when we purchased the motorhome. Our tires are Sumitomo ST719. Run a TPMS on them, as you can see the sensor there. We use TST TPMS. They are on the motorhome as well as the car. So that's 10 sensors on 10 tires total. That's a lot of tires. There are differing opinions as to time frames on changing out motorhome tires. Our tires are currently in really good condition. We actually had a wheel alignment done when the Sumitomos were put on, and so far they've been wearing really well and we've had no issues. Of course, people will say don't change your tires until they need to be done, and then of course you also have the other camp that say you should change them every 5 years regardless. You never know with these tires if there's any damage that can't be seen on the interior. A tire blowout is always a concern and can cause a lot of damage, especially if it happens to a steer tire. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on changing out motorhome tires, how soon you think it should be done. We've read some people who do it every 3 years, some people do it every 5, and some do it every 7, and some do it when they really have to.
Yeah, because they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Especially on a big ass motorhome like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, new tires coming up. We went to Fiber Tire in Phoenix, in northern Phoenix, and we changed our tires from our Sumitomos to Toyos. And the difference is quite noticeable, as in the Toyos are quite, well, I guess they're a little softer, and it's definitely a slightly smoother ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
on our old Sumitomos. We go by the manufacturer's air pressure chart for our weight. We told Firebird to put 90 on the Toyos because that's what Toyo had on their spec sheets. But it looks like most of the tires started on 95 anyway. And even at the higher PSI, it still feels a little more squidgy compared to our Sumitomos. You can see how it goes, and we might actually keep it at 95. We might bring it back down to 90. Only time will tell. We'll keep you posted, or we'll try to keep you posted if we remember. If we remember, we said we'd keep you posted. Show you where we are. It's the entrance. Can hear the sound of the highway because we're pretty close, but definitely a beautiful spot. Very, very lush and very green. There's a rig there. But yeah, we drove probably a couple of miles up the road. 4 miles in is actually a hiking trail, which is supposed to be nice. But if we're not staying here, we're probably not going to do it. Just didn't really find anything suitable. It is a little damp, so we were kind of cautious about parking on the grassy areas as well. You don't want to get rooted in and get stuck. Anyway, tomorrow's another day. Good morning. Just on a morning walk with the dogs. It's a nice spot despite not being really suitable for big rigs. Some of the lower spots are fine, but there aren't too many of them and they're all filled at the moment. Lots of agave here too. This is just one of the offshoots for camping. This is definitely not big rig friendly. There's a couple of fire pits there. But, maybe if you tent camp or truck camper. Oh, very rocky. But amazing views. Does that not look like prickly corn? Very corn-like. They call them lethal baby cactus. Kind of like baby rattlesnakes. Here we are. Still there. It's not a bad spot considering. Just a little bit of highway noise, but we're out of the way. It's fairly clean. We're leveled. It's free. Big dark clouds. Look at that. It just looks so ominous. But there's the rainbow. Hopefully it will just blow over without raining. On our afternoon walk, I've just got Tony with me. It's always a little warm for Lexi in the afternoon. She'd rather just nap. Just to show you around where we are, we're just in a wash. A little rocky, as you can see. Tony, where are you? There's the rascal. We're still here on Barnhardt Rd. Been here a couple of days now. We did think we would move on the day after we got here since none of the sites were available. A couple did open up the next day, but we were kind of already situated and, you know, it was fine. It's not the best spot, not the worst spot either, but we were leveled and it was just easy rather than drive up a bumpy road for a couple of days. Just didn't seem worth it to us. So we just kind of stayed where we were. It is getting busier leading up to the weekend. Lots of people coming in and out to access the trailhead at the end of this road. A couple of trailers with the horses. And we're in the mountains. It's beautiful. It's warm. Spring has sprung, the birds are going. The birds are very noisy here. So yeah, we'll just move on in a couple of days. Just waiting for the weather to warm up a bit further north. There's a wild animal there in the distance. It's called a Tony. He's just waiting for me, surveying his surroundings. It is quite a pretty spot though. Hey Tony, are you coming? Tony, come. The other reason we didn't really want to go to one of the vacant sites was the soil surface. It's that clay that is fine when it's totally dry. It's very hard. However, with the odd rainy spell they've been having here most afternoons, that clay does get wet and it turns to some really sticky mud. Where we are right now, by the entrance, there's actually gravel down, so it's pretty firm, and whatever rain we do get does drain pretty quick. So that's kind of why we also stayed where we were, just that the surface is much better for our size. Tony, come. Just caused an avalanche. Washes are always really interesting areas, carved out by the water and the wind. Create some nice formations. Of course, don't be down here if you're expecting rain. This is still a little damp from the rain a couple of days ago. A brand new Toyo M154 tires. As we mentioned during the drive, it was actually quite a nice ride. So far we're pretty happy with them, and we'll see how they hold up. Hopefully they'll hold up just as well as our Sumitomos that we had no trouble with at all. They're not looking as new now, going over some dirt coming into this area, but they smell new still. Good morning. Well, as you can see, it's looking a little grey, a little wet. It poured last night, extremely windy, and there's also a little bit of snow. As you can see, the car is covered. There's little patchy bits on the motorhome as well. I'm guessing our solar panels are covered as well. Anyway, we moved on from Barnhardt Rd to Mazatmal Casino. We're literally 5 minutes from Payson now. We knew it was going to rain. We didn't think it would rain this much, so we thought we may as well be on good pavement. Anyway, this should all hopefully dry out a little today. It is supposed to rain a bit more, but it should clear up by tomorrow. There should be a bit more snow too overnight. It is a little chilly. It's probably the coldest we've been in a while. The furnace is actually on. Hasn't been on in 3 months. So yeah, there's a few RVs here as well, all in front of us. But, yep, this white stuff was not really welcome, but it was pretty wet, so it will disappear pretty soon. No, we're not back in Canada. We're actually in Arizona. No, it's not a winter wonderland. Spent the last 2 wet and snowy days and cold at the Mazatmal casino on the Tonto Apache reservation land. It's actually quite a nice spot. Lots of space, lots of truckers coming and going, but overall pretty quiet here. It's right opposite a recreation centre that do have showers if you need them. And we're parked right across from the tribal police station. The sun is out and the skies are clearing, so we're off today. Hopefully the roads through Arizona 260 up to Holbrook are clear. Well, it was a very wet and uneventful weekend. We did nothing. The dogs were thoroughly bored, but yes, you get some of those days. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. Instead, we got rain and snow and sleet. We're climbing. We're in the Mogollon Rim area, just east of Payson, heading towards Holbrook. And we're at 5,500 feet. Roads are looking good, fortunately. And we're climbing, and we're climbing.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Ah!
Yes.
It's like we're back in Canada. But no, we're still in Arizona. No, the roads are very nice.
Are you saying Fernie roads are bad?
Well, BC roads are bad.
They get all those potholes.
They don't really compare to the way the US clear their roads. They do a really good job here.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going up to the cloud line. It's getting a little overcast.
Very slow.
Yes, quite slow for us. It's climbing. The engine is.
I'm in second gear.
6,000 feet. And continuing. It's a little engine that could.
If you can even hear us, hello.
Yeah, that engine is really working at the moment. Oh, are we in third gear now?
Yeah.
That's good. There we go. It actually did pretty well.
Did what it could.
It did what it could. It certainly
Go down
did.
gear again.
Yeah. Check out how white it is. It's like extra white.
It's as white as my legs. It's whiter. You can white it.
Yeah?
That's possible.
Sun is out. What a difference a few miles make. Look at that. It's nice and clear. There's no snow. We're heading north towards Holbrook. Entering the town of Holbrook. Excellent. Where are we going?
Going north towards the North Pole. We're not going to the North Pole, but we're going towards the North Pole.
Not quite.
Not quite.
We're actually headed
We're
southeast.
southeast towards the southeast part of the South Pole. But we're not going to the South Pole.
You're making things up again.
It's true.
We're headed to Petrified Forest National Park.
I'm scared
Because,
of the petrified forest.
well, it's probably more petrified of you.
We will see.
We're actually staying at, I think it's spigot was in the high flow truck lane, so we kind of felt bad blocking that lane, except that fortunately it wasn't busy, so there were other lanes available, and the water flow was not particularly fast in this instance, so it probably took a little longer than we expected, but never mind, we're full now.
Then take the first right.
Okay, this road is very, very bouncy.
You missed it all. Unless we have it on the dash cam.
We always miss the good stuff.
Turn left onto Petrified Forest Road, then turn right.
Across the forest.
Turn right, then your destination will be on the right.
I believe the free parking